something that you've never seen before. So this is the 2022 model Ducati Monster. DPL. I don't know what DPL means. So let's check out DPL now. What's DPL? Oh, launch control. Ducati power launch, yes. Level 2. Clutch. Open, full, throttle. What's up guys, good morning. So we're here bright and early in Clark International Speedway, and behind me is the Ducati paddock, something that you've never seen before. So this is the 2022 model Ducati Monster. So the Ducati Monster is their naked bike, not a street fighter. It's more on the lines of the Duke 390, Duke 760, Hyper Duke, or whatever they call the top of the line Duke. But again, this is the 2022 model. It is showroom fresh. It just left the casa yesterday, got here, was tried out. Who knows, maybe we can try this bike out around Clark. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But as you can see, it's so fresh. It's got tire warmers on right now, so I'm not sure what tires they have put in there. It's got a Terminione system. I'm not sure if the Terminione comes as stock, but as we've heard from the Hypermotard, these are very nice sounding exhausts. So I haven't really gotten to research on the technical specs of the engine that this thing has, but just looking at it and the details that I've already seen in the Hypermotard, it looks like this also has a V-twin. Not entirely sure. We're gonna check some more on that, but let's work with what we know, and that is the looks. So as far as the looks is concerned, this looks very, very sharp. It's a lot different from the previous Monsters. It's looking a lot smarter now. Dual Rambos. The shocks, I don't see a brand. What is this? You know, I can't see a brand in the shocks. KYB. So these are KYB. It's got a KYB rear shock. It's adjustable for preload. I can only assume that this has KYB in the front as well. So the rear part of the motorcycle, well, namely the plate holder, is very similar, if not the same, to the Hypermotard. Although these are a bit smaller than the ones in the Hypermotard. You know, looking more and more into the engine and the water pump, it's all looking like the same 950cc engine as the one, the Hypermotard, but I could be wrong. Fitted on the transmission is a Quickshifter. I'm not sure if this is up and down already, but I guess we'll see later on. So it's got a nice big radiator, much bigger than the ones in the Hypermotard. And it also has much bigger fans. I guess this will run cooler. I'm not entirely sure about that. Maybe once we get it road tested, then we'll see if it does indeed run cooler with those bigger fans. But I have no complaints with the Hypermotard, as it is very, very nice to ride around the city, even around town. I did not feel that it was as hot as the sport models that come from Ducati. So we've got a much bigger foot peg here on the Monster. Spring loaded. Yeah, so the Quickshifter. Also, the lack of a single-sided swing arm. This uses a conventional two-sided swing arm. So that's one thing to note. So it's been remapped. So this is not stock anymore, as you saw Racing Evo. Sorry. Thank you so much, Kuya, for assisting us with the operation of the new Monster. So let's talk about switchgear. Nice Ducati grip. There's a bit of play, but that's normal. That's industry standard. Usual kill switch, starter, D-light. Again, like the Hypermotard, one button does all the functions. Hazard switch in the middle of the key. So we have the horn. This is the turn signal, left and right, but it also functions for the menu. On the top, we have an up and down for the menu as well, and for moving through the different menu items up on the dash. This is the headlight, high beam and low beam, and passing light. So we're just gonna quickly look at the dash itself and see what they have here. So it says they're ABS front only, so I can only assume that you are able to remove the rear ABS for sliding the rear around. Let's look at modes. So riding modes. So you have sport, touring, and urban. Same as the Hypermotard, but look at the screen. It's about the same resolution as the one on the Hypermotard, but I'm very happy to see a fuel gauge, a fuel indicator. The Hypermotard unfortunately does not have a fuel indicator, and for the amount of gas it guzzles, I think it definitely has to have one. So this one showing me 3 out of 7 bars that are available. I will put down below there what is the fuel tank capacity for this motorcycle. The red line is at 10,000 RPM, and I can only assume that this has 6 gears. What else can we see from the menu? So something different about this LCD is that the options that are changed by this button are right here. In the older LCD, they would be here at the bottom left-hand corner. So once I move the switch, I'd like you guys to look at this part of the screen. So this is a lap timer. Setting menu, that's where you would change the settings and the preferences of each riding mode. DPL. I don't know what DPL means. Lap again, so let's check out lap. Yeah, so that's lap timer. So let's check out DPL now. What's DPL? Oh, launch control. Damn, bro. So the Ducati Monster 2022 model has launch control. It doesn't have a dedicated button for the launch control, but it's right there, very easy to find. DPL, Ducati Power Launch. I just thought about that. I did not read on that. I was just like, DPL, and then I opened it, it's launch. It's like, what could be DPL? D would automatically mean Ducati, L would automatically mean launch, and I think P would mean power, because I mean, what other P would you like to hear from Ducati and launch but power? Okay, so we're gonna turn that off now. Show you the key first. So the key is a little bit more standard. They've gone back to more standard key. So the key in the Hypermotard is a laser cut key. It's one of those keys that are paloob yung kanyang ngipin. This one still has the conventional type of key. So we're gonna put that back in there. And yeah, so that's it for this morning here in the Ducati paddock. Join us again later once TJ gets here and all of the students get here, so that you guys can see what it takes to be a Ducati Cup racer or one of the racers in the Philippine Superbike Championship. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you dislike this video, please let us know in the comments below. And as always, race safe, race smart, race fast. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? So very special, very special experience. So this is one in the Philippines. There's only one of this in the Philippines currently. This is the first ever 2022 model Ducati Monster that has arrived in the shores of the Philippines, and Mr. Toti Alberto has graciously allowed me to try it out. So let's go ahead and try it out, no? So we have the mode. It's off. First of all, I like the riding position. I'm very relaxed. It's much lower than the riding position that's on the Hypermotard. Pabalik pa ako, kuya. Testing lang yung motor. Saan yung McDonald's dito?
Diretso, pagdating sa dulo, kaliwa. Direction mo lang, pagdating sa dulo, kanan.
Thank you. So, Ducati Monster. Here we go. So the clutch engagement is much easier than the one on the Hypermotard Quickshift. Good brakes. Got good brakes. Okay, so after a quick coffee run in McDonald's, it is back on the bike. And unfortunately, wala nang gas. So maghanap tayong gas. Hindi ko lang alam kung saan yung gas station dito, no? Very quick on its feet. I don't actually know where I'm going. So we're gonna turn back here because it says for residents only, no trespassing. So the turning radius is very good. It's very easy to turn this bike. Again, it's one of those true nakeds talaga. So we're gonna stop here and we're gonna check where we have to go because I don't actually know where I'm going. Time out. Okay, so I found a Shell. It is my understanding that they like Shell in Ducati. I'm more of a Petron guy, but you know, preference nila ang masusunod. acceleration is very good. The power delivery is much smoother than the Hypermotard, so we're gonna go and try and wheelie this thing. Yep, the wheelie is very nice. Very agile, very easy to swing. Yeah, definitely very fun. Brakes, very good. The rear, nice. Very strong brakes in the rear. You're able to slide it. According to Google Maps, if I follow this road, I'll find the shell to my left. So let's try that again. The Terminioni exhaust is an extra. It's been added onto this bike together with the remap, and it's got a lot of pops and crackles. We're not gonna try and make any more sound that we need to. But I'm very happy to note that the 2022 Ducati Monster now tells you how much more fuel you have. So, should I gas it up? Do I have to gas it up? It says 49. Now it's at 50. Very good, very good. Okay, so wheelie. That's hot. Boss, paano bumalik ng speedway? Dulong traffic light kaliwa. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think yeah, that's not the way. That's the thing, you know. With a bike like this, it's okay to get lost. Where's the U-turn? Where's this press a U-turn? Of course not, no? There's a rotunda. There's a rotunda. Downshift. Get into a more suited gear. Dip it. We're on the gaming, baby. I don't even know, man. Your boy is officially lost, dude. So we're gonna Google Maps again. This time with the engine off. Okay, so not this one, but one before. Okay, that one. Love the pops and crackles. Ducati power launch, yes. Level 2. Clutch, open, full, Thank you. Gaan, gaan. I have the KTM Duke 390.
Does it feel as light, or how does it feel?
It feels as light. It feels as light.
Yeah.
And then as far as the, well, comparing to the Hypermotard, it's much more approachable when it comes to the throttle. Yeah, the seat, the throttle. I got to try the launch control. It's good. Amazing bike. I really like it.
Yeah, my wife hasn't. She's a Monster owner. Her Monster's at 2012 pa. The reason we kept it was she has a 696, which weighs like 168 kilos. So we never changed it all these years because it's so light, she likes it. Now this one's 165. Palit na ako.
And the seat is good now. So you're able to use it even as a shorter rider talaga.
Sarap. I used it yesterday.
Sarap.
So you can choose a Street Fighter. You want to use that one naman?
Sure. So the Ducati Monster is their naked bike, not a street fighter. It's more on the lines of the Duke 390, Duke 760.